Yes, guys. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us again. We'll go over a Liverpool show. We'll also go over a bit of a birthday bash as well. Why not? And look who's joining me. K-Mac, Luke. K-Mac, how you doing?
I'm all right. Hope everyone's
good.
well.
Luke, my man, how you doing?
Not too bad. Not too
bad. Awesome. Big up to everyone in the chat as well, sending wishes. I appreciate it. I've had a decent day. The wife made this. It ain't bad, is it? The wife made that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Not too bad. Had a good day. But we're going to talk about some Liverpool. You know, why not? It's a team we all support, apparently. So, let's talk some Liverpool. But before we do all that, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, smash the subscribe, share button as well. And if any of the mods can put in a link to everyone's, all the panels, YouTube channels, I'd appreciate it. So people can go and subscribe and share the love. That's what we do over here. But transfers, guys, transfers. It seems to be, I don't know if it's hotting up. Still no one's bought, but rumours are hotting up. And one particular person, Luke, Anthony Gordon himself, never out of the headlines. Does this actually look like it's going to happen?
I think so. Imagine if we get him before we get a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, I'm here for the vibe. I'm here for the vibes. Don't worry.
I just saw something about the Joe Gomez going the other way. The talks are so advanced that they were talking about payment structure at the end of June. So no wonder Joe Gomez is pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically doing a Conor Gallagher to Gomez, aren't we here?
Yeah. According to James Pearce, negotiations were so advanced over the proposed transfer of Liverpool defender Joe Gomez to Newcastle in late June that payment terms were discussed.
Jesus.
But not with Gomez.
Obviously not with Gomez.
You're off for a medical. Huh? Why am I going for a medical? Yeah, you just need to go on. You just need to go and turn up. Don't worry about it. All will be explained when you get there.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, what do you reckon, man? Anthony Gordon, it looks inevitable, don't it? Almost.
I mean, it's a lot of money. I don't think he's as proven as he should be yet. But he's a Liverpool lad, and he's a Liverpool fan. Like, you know, he kind of has pace to burn. He doesn't really dribble. He does that thing where he knocks the ball past people and then runs after it because he's so fast.
He's got that pace, hasn't he?
It might work, but if you're moving out the left side, then if you're buying him, who are you moving off the left side? What's happening to Gakpo and Diaz? Like, don't see it. Don't see it.
So what I've heard is that Diaz.
Slot really likes Diaz.
Yeah, Slot likes
really
Diaz
likes
at right
Diaz.
wing, though. He likes him at right wing, what I've heard.
You know what? He did play well out there when he shifted out there when Salah went to AFCON.
He's, out of all the wingers, he's most capable of playing both sides. But, I think Anthony Gordon's in there. I think it's going to happen. The fact that we have tried to buy him twice now, this summer, with letting go different players as well, I think it tells everything that, you know, Gordon's going to want to leave Newcastle. At the end of the day, if we don't get him this summer,
isn't he, next week? He's back at Newcastle.
Yeah, if we don't,
apparently Newcastle want to open up contract talks. Well, can't wait for Monday where it'll be like, yeah, Gordon rejects contract talks because he wants to join Liverpool.
Yeah, guys. I'll be shocked if he accepts me.
He's going to have to be a hated person at Newcastle. But do you really think he gives an F if he comes to Liverpool?
I was about to say, is that really
it's his dream.
To play for his dream club, is he going to really care if he upsets a few Magpies?
No, he's not going to care, is he?
No. I mean, they want to do a contract extension because he's only got 2 years left.
Yeah,
you know, and if Liverpool might look at it, right, we ain't going to get him this summer. We'll get him in January, or we'll just get him the summer after, where it'll be even cheaper. That's why I just feel like it is inevitable. If it's not this summer, it will eventually happen.
Yeah, and you know what I'd like to happen? No drifties completely against Anthony Gordon, right? Anthony Gordon rocks up and wears the number 14 shirt and he used to wear.
you imagine? Could you imagine the 14 Hendo shirt?
But Gay
Look,
looks like he's
You
going
know what?
to.
You know
Gay
what?
looks like he's
I'm all for that.
he gets the
Let's
14
start a
Hendo
petition.
shirt. Gets the
Let's
14
start a
Hendo shirt.
petition.
Has anyone got
AG
that at the moment, or is it free?
AG14. Yeah, it's free.
Is it
Certainly
free?
didn't get retired.
Is it free? Oh,
Yeah.
he's so getting it. ain't he?
AG14.
He's so getting it. He's so good. Look, with this, I like Anthony. I think what I saw of Anthony Gordon last year, I think he's a very good player. Obviously, the money's got to be more than what his value is, just because what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a British side playing in the Premier League. There's so much VAT on top of them kind of players, ain't there? So we're going to play the above for him. But what I'm hearing, guys, out of the club is that they really like him. They think he's a top player. Now, I know people going about stats, and like me came out to talk about the stats quite a lot with the people who was running the club now doing the transfers. But when people talk about stats, they're talking about GA and all that. It came out. I don't think that's what they're looking at stats wise. They're looking at different things, ain't they? And what they're looking at, for some whatever they're looking at, looks like Anthony Gordon ticks all the boxes for him at the moment.
I think what they're looking at is they're looking to see whether a player suits a slot system. And unfortunately, Salah hasn't got pace, so he's not going to be a flying winger. I mean, Cody Gakpo did look fast in the Euros, so I don't know where that came from. But he's not a dribbler, so he's not a guy that can dribble or burn down the wing. Gordon can do that though, doesn't he? And he's really direct. Like, it's a case of maybe they spoke to Slot and they've given him some options, and he's gone, yeah, Anthony Gordon's like, he's a typical type of player that I could do with. Isn't he both-footed as well?
Yeah.
Is he both-footed?
And he does what you say. He's direct as well.
Really direct.
Yeah.
And he plays as the last man, really, doesn't he? Like,
yeah.
You know, the way he plays for Newcastle, it's kind of the way that he's probably played for us. And I mean, I totally get that with, like, you know, the data doesn't follow him for years.
Yeah.
But he was the only guy that got, what did he get, 14 in 14 last season? Like, in the league, like 14 goals, 14 assists or something like that. You know, there's not many players that do that. So he's in like an elite club for that, with Mo Salah probably. But and he's a red. Like, what more do you want? Like, get more Liverpool fans playing for Liverpool. Like, you know, you're going to get effort.
Yeah,
and he does run himself to the ground, like every game. Runs himself to the ground every game. It's just a shame we didn't see him in the Euros more, because then we might be raving about him more. You know, because he would have been on the world stage.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Gangadi, big up Gandhi, big super chat. He says, Gordon's played in counter-attacking teams and thriving on pacing behind. We're now a possession team based under Slot. I don't see him having the skill set to break a low mid-block. We can do better. I get what you're saying. I say what I've read. So I don't know if anyone's seen it, but literally every midfielder now has said about Slot's passing game suits them much better. So I don't know if everyone's going to come for every single one of our midfielders, but because it sounds like they're going against Klopp, they're just saying it suits their game better.
Yeah, but I think Tyler Morton came out and said it was like...
Yeah, even Tyler Morton said it.
I'm thinking, you're not going to be here. Like, you'll be sold.
Maybe he's buttering the manager up. That's what he's doing. But I think what the deal is, it's the tactical possession passing in the midfield, then the directness of the wingers. Because if you look at a couple of our goals, if you look at the goals we scored against Arsenal, you know, Salah still was that direct in behind, that chip pass in behind over the top of some of the defence for Carvalho. So I think the midfield, it'll be different because under Klopp, we bypass the midfield when it's a transitional side. We're going to be more of a possession-based team, but can hurt.
Hang on, I've just got to get rid of a spider. 2 seconds.
Go for it. I think what Slot wants to do, he wants to pass teams to death in the midfield and then destroy them on the wide areas with pace. Luke,
Yeah.
what do you reckon?
I'm not gonna lie and say that I've watched all the preseason games because you know I work full time, so staying up in the middle of the night is, the last 2 watch songs I've literally fallen to sleep listening to Jamie.
Oh, thanks.
Literally, last two watch logs, fall asleep listening to Jamie. So, from what I've seen so far, which is very limited, it looks very promising. It looks very promising, but that's all I can say, really.
Yeah, I mean, like what I've seen so far, we're going to be a possession-based team that's going to play through the midfield, and our system's going to be based on midfield possession, which then try and go direct to wingers when needed and get in behind and kill teams in behind. If you look at the way Arsenal play, they use it, they possession through the midfield, and then they go direct to their wingers when available, and their wingers make the space and runs, and then Odegaard picks up the spaces in between the lines as the number 10.
Yeah.
Against Arsenal, we try to do that quite a bit, especially on Salah on the right and Harvey in the 10, and it worked quite well.
I was more impressed with Slot after the game rather than during the game. It was like, yeah, we played okay, but the first 10 minutes, no, not good enough. So I think the first 10 minutes wasn't good, played well, and he was more happy with the second half than he was the first half.
Yeah, with the defending. Before I go to came out, big up Doug with the 5 memberships there. I think everyone's picked them up. So yeah, big up Doug. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
How do you actually pick them up? I always wondered because you see them and I just wondered how to pick those up.
Yeah, they automatically go. They automatically sort of like.
Yeah. No, I just see them there. Like,
big up everyone saying happy birthday. Appreciate the love, guys. Appreciate the love. Yeah, what big up Edward as well. Hope you're doing well. Stop told Altec to get them sewer, mate.
Did you Ten Hag's comments today? Gave Slot a little backhanded compliment.
Yeah, Ten Hag hasn't. Ten Hag's. Let's put it this way. What he's seen so far, he's a little worried, ain't he?
I can't wait to twat them with our reserves.
He's worried. He's worried. But K-Man, what do you think about the playing style from Liverpool so far? What you've seen the last 2 games? I know you've been watching them as well because you've been in the chat.
So I talked about it. I talked about it on my show, and this is how encouraged I am. And break it down like this. So we've got like 9 first-team players missing. Pretty much like most of the squad is missing, and we're basically playing the reserves. And Slot's only had them for probably on the pitch for about 2 weeks, because the first week would have been fitness tests and the gym and basically doing all the medical stuff again, just to making sure that they're fit. And then he's got them on the training pitch for like 2 weeks. In the space of 2 weeks, we've already got patterns of play, different types of pressing, different types of passing moves, a structure in the team defensively and out of defense. The players are literally picking up what he's doing so quickly, which is so encouraging. And they are, because they're talking about it constantly and they're gushing over this manager. Like, wow, we've never done this before. Well, you should have.
Yeah.
Most managers do that. Like, they change things around and they mix things up and they get new coaches in and they make sure things don't get stale. And unfortunately, everything got so friggin' stale, like rock hard bread. Like, honestly. And it's a joy to watch. Can you imagine how good it's going to be when you've got world-class players, like really top-notch players coming back and being able to express themselves in those tactics and formations? And pressing and the play, because at the moment we're watching reserves and fringe players playing well and beating good teams. So the future's bright. Like, seriously, I'm really excited about it. I really am. And you know how well we're doing, because you see all the other content creators going, "Oh, I'm worried about Liverpool. Slot football's looking really good on their channels," and I'm just like, bring it
Literally
on.
before pre-season even started, people were going, "Slot who?
Not sure about him. Yeah, he's not
Like,
going to be
who's this
good.
guy?"
Talk Sport, everyone, Sky Sports, everyone, mate, slating him.
Yeah, I heard people on TalkSport today saying that Slot, people go back on things, don't they, and pretend they never said things in the past. So it's only pre-season, so we can get gas because we're playing well and we've got different patterns of playing, all that. Obviously, the Premier League's got to start and the real stuff starts, and we'll see how we go. But what we can all tell straight away is that Slot is obviously a very, very good coach. He knows what he's doing. I said this time and time again when we hired him, is that if you go look at his managerial career so far, especially with AC Alkmaar and Feyenoord, he is actually a very good coach, and he's good at getting the best out of the players he has available as well. So people are starting to realise that, Klopp was a legend and loved. There's no doubt about that, but there's nothing wrong with people now gushing over the new manager. There's no harm in it. There's nothing wrong with it. And now I've seen people go back on things. I've heard TalkSport today saying, "Oh, Liverpool might be better than what we thought. You get a couple of players in, they might be actually all right." It's totally different to what they were saying before, at the end of last season. And, I think I heard, what's his name? Goldbridge saying today he thinks Liverpool will be absolutely fine. So, there's a structure there at the moment. And, it's good to see. Still a few of these super chats. Gino says hard work, good press, and big game player. I love Gordon. Yeah, fair enough. Look, I think K-Max even said he is a big game player because he does. I think didn't he score against
the Big Six?
He scored against all of the top six.
Yeah, he's a good player.
That's a big feat to do. That's like Salah stuff.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they look at someone like it. That's why maybe they're looking at him. Edward says, big up, Edward, much love to you, man. He says, happy birthday, Jamie. One question, not so far from the fan base. Why does Arne, Hughes and Edwards want Gordon? So far, social media, it's why fans want AG, but right, yeah. But want Anthony Gordon, but Slot. I don't, we have bought players before that fan base and people have questioned, and then they go work really well. And that was under the old regime as well that are now back. So if they like Anthony Gordon, they see something Anthony Gordon they like, I'm going to trust them because this old road, most of I know Richard Hughes is new, but mostly everyone else in his transfer committee and part of the club were originally here years back where we're buying players that people weren't sure about and they worked, and they're very good at trying to buy managers that suit the players that suit the manager as well. Maybe Slot likes him as well. Maybe he sees something in him that he feels he can use. I mean, we've all said it before. Sometimes we look like we haven't got enough pace at times on that left-hand side. And maybe he feels like Gordon will give you that extra bit of extra burst. Also, I read somewhere about Slot that he doesn't like both wingers doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So if he's got a quick, speedy left winger cutting outside, he'd want his right winger to maybe be the goal scorer cutting inside, or vice versa, whatever. So they're not doing the same sort of thing. So maybe he's looking at that he can move one of them over to the right-hand side, and he's got 4 wingers next season. I mean, and then he's 2 through the middle.
Not gonna lie, I would prefer Kudus. I would prefer Kudus out the 2. I would prefer Kudus.
Yeah, I just don't think he's a winger.
Have you seen him dribble? He's an absolute dribble monster.
That
doesn't sound right. That sounds like a bad thing, actually. He's a dribble monster.
See, West Ham's starting lineup for next season.
Yeah, because Paqueta
just had Nicholas Fulcrook.
Yeah, because Paqueta is not suspended till January or February, is he? Because that's when his case gets heard.
For some reason, I don't know why. I've got nothing to back this up, by the way. I do think it's Kudus. And if you look at West Ham are basically buying players to replace Kudus. That's what it feels like. They're buying Asensio Somerville. Like they've already agreed. Asensio
Yeah.
Somerville.
Yeah,
Like
he's already got
that's
as
done
well.
deal.
I
That's
think this
25
could be like
million.
the whole bait and switch sort of thing. Sort of like everyone's distracted on, Gordon, and we just take Kudus
Yeah.
for what his release clause would be next summer. Summer.
The really interesting thing which I heard, which no one's really talking about, is and I only kind of thought of this because I'm moving house, and we had someone came to view the house, but they're in a chain, so they're waiting for people to buy their house for them to make an offer or not, And that's what I'm thinking. Is that what we're waiting for? We're waiting for the chain. So West Ham have now bought a replacement for Kudus, which means we can then go and get Kudus. And also, if you think about it like this, why would you make it clear that you're selling the player to another club, that you're trying to buy their player to replace your player who's going to be sold to another club? Because then you're going to get ripped off. And you're the guy that's trying to buy someone to replace your guy. So if everyone keeps quiet and you slowly sign players to replace in the chain, then the last person on the chain obviously will pay the most money because they're the ones who said they want the player. But does that really matter when the guy's worth like 70, 80 million?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm kind of thinking. And I'm also thinking about that with other players because RB Salzburg have just sold. Do you know about this? I've just sold Sucic to Real Sociedad, which means that Zubamendi is now available.
No, I
because
think
they need a
Moreno wants
replacement.
to go to Arsenal. From Sociedad.
Zubamendi's not going to Arsenal.
No, I mean the other Sociedad midfielder.
Marino.
Yeah,
But he
Marino.
doesn't play for them. He doesn't play for them. He plays for a different club.
Does he?
Yeah, I think he plays for a different club. So is that a scenario where we're also waiting for them to replace Zubamendi? You know, if we're ringing up a club and we're going, right, okay, we're interested in your player, and it's their star player, then they're going to sit there and go, well, hang on a minute, I need to get a replacement for him.
Club.
Yeah, Mike Moreno plays for Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
So they both play for the same club.
Yeah, so Zubamendi won't be going anywhere.
Okay, so he's going to Arsenal.
Because if Zubamendi was available, Arsenal would have just gone and got him. Which tells
so that's
me
why they've signed him.
Yeah, which tells me that Zubamendi does not want to leave Spain. You know, because if Arsenal were going Real Sociedad by midfielder, they would have gone and got Zubamendi. They wouldn't have got Moreno.
Plus, Salzburg tried to come in $6 million.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Bobby Clark. I'm thinking, Petland is your cheeky sod.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
He's trying to get Tyler Morton now.
Big up, Sean. Says happy birthday, fella. Get yourself a pint. Big up to you, Sean. Much love, man. Much love. Big up to Captain Sal as well.
As well.
Happy birthday, Joe.
Coach.
Happy birthday, Jamie. I hope you had a great day. I've had a great one, man. Red Gads, I believe that's his first super as well on the channel. So big up to you. And Oscar Murphy as well. I believe it might be his first super as well. Nunez should play on the left wing. He causes chaos, creates chances and scores. Last season, he had 13 assists, and he does press the opposition. That's something we might talk about in a sec. Yeah, it's very interesting what we are going to do in the transfer market. So we've heard today that apparently Liverpool are looking at a centre back, a DM, and a winger. And in some journalists' cases, they think the latter two would be the ones they go for. Before we get to this DM and winger talk again, just talk about the centre back situation. So obviously, Joe Gomez has basically been sold out by the club. I feel for Joe. I feel it might be a bit. I feel it might be a bit dirty by the club, but that's how the club go. Like, this is the change in the club. We never used to be like this as a ruthless lot. Anthony Joe Gomez would never have got sold under Jurgen Klopp, in my opinion. And this is the difference now. Joe Gomez is
He's our longest serving player. You're about to say
yeah,
that,
I
weren't
know.
you?
Yeah.
He's our
9
longest
years,
serving player, and we're about to just
9
swap
years.
him, chuck him in a
20
swap deal without him
20
knowing.
27. Is he 27 years of age? Be out to Sam in
Yeah,
the chat as well. Man, ain't
27.
doing well. 27 years of age. Well, I wouldn't sell Gomez. He's so versatile. He was arguably the league's best left back last season while he was playing there as well. You know, I wouldn't sell him, and 45 million just sounds cheap to me.
Yeah, I spoke about this on my show. Like, I think he's worth a lot more. And people were like, "Are you out of your mind?" And I'm like, "Where are you going to buy a player that plays everywhere?" Like, seriously. Like, I can only think of maybe 2 players who are actually that versatile and that good, like, as in consistently play well. One of them plays at Man City in Nathan Ake because he just is. Yeah. And then you probably got, who's the guy that plays for Real Madrid? David Alaba. David Alaba. He can play all over the place, can't he? Centre back, right back, left back.
Do Akanji at City?
Akanji, does he play left back, right back, centre back as well?
He plays right back, centre back, DM.
Yeah, we've got our own kind of Akanji there, then, haven't we? In Gomez,
I wouldn't let him go, man.
But like Max Tillman went for like 40 million. Like Gomez is worth more than that. Like,
plus, he's never actually come out and said like, "I want to leave." When there's another centre half that has been on tour, who has openly said like, if he's not going to play, he wants to go.
He is for sale, though. He is for sale.
Which he is for sale. And with regards to like the left back, centre back thing, I don't think we're going to get a left back this summer because we're looking to sell Owen Beck. Well, we want to sell Owen Beck. Luke Chambers is going back out on loan. There's no rumours of Simicast or Robertson looking to move on. So why would you want to get rid of Joe Gomez when both of the 2 left backs were out injured for periods this season? Are you going to bring in your new centre half signing to cover left back?
And this is the problem. Like I think someone in the chat put earlier, just a moment ago, that do we know that Gomez was done dirty, or did he want to leave? Apparently,
he's now considering his future. But
Gomez didn't want to leave, but he's now considering his future because we tried to sell him as part of the deal with Anthony Gordon. So that's why he's peed off at the moment. It makes
also like we're not going to push him out either. Like we're not going to push him out. Well, it's a bit too late for that because we've already tried to push him out.
Yeah, I think you can sweeten Gomez up a little bit, to be fair, but you're just making your jobs a little harder because you probably need to go and get 2 centre backs in. The only thing I will say is that look, Zet Vandenberg has looked pretty decent these last 2 games. If Gomez goes, Zet Vandenberg's staying because they have to buy 2 centre backs if they let both of them go, and they're not going to be doing that. So if they're looking for if Joe Gomez goes, Sepp Vandenberg's staying. And the thing with Sepp, he's played fullback before as well, hasn't he? Did he play fullback?
Right back and right wing back when he was out.
Yeah, and he was really good. He broke his ankle though playing right wing back. Or he did his ankle in. He missed half the season. But he played well.
So maybe they're looking at that. Maybe the club are thinking, look, if we let him go, we've got another versatile centre back here who's younger. He's been out on loan. We think he's decent now. He's just as quick, strong. He's taller. He's better in the air. You know, they might be looking at them metrics thinking we can afford to let Gomez go because Sepp Vandenberg could be the one coming through. That could be the new Joe Gomez came back. Maybe that's how the club are thinking.
I've got a different spin on the Gomez thing, which people might not be talking about, but it is something that I've thought about. So basically, Gomez had probably the best injury-free season he's ever had last season. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's an anomaly. Yeah. That's an anomaly. Yeah. Next season, if we keep him, he's going to be out for about 3 months next season. Because that's just Joe Gomez. Like Joe Gomez gets injured, and he gets injured and he's out for a few months. So are they looking at that? So they're looking at previous injury records, and they're looking at players going, is he going to be reliable enough to do another season? Probably not. He's getting older. So they're probably contemplating that. Yeah. So that's the first part. And the second part is, personally, I don't think he fits a slot left back position. I don't think he can do what he wants his left backs to do. He wants his left backs to provide width. He wants his left backs to provide crosses. He wants his left backs to make the run beyond the midfield. Gomez doesn't do that.
No.
Gomez doesn't push the needle like that. He's a very good defensive left back who can play centre back. So if you're talking about if Jurgen Klopp stayed again, then Joe Gomez is my pick for left back next season, like 100%. Like, if you're going to play Trent inverted, like Klopp did, Gomez is your guy. Like, he's really solid. He doesn't get forward that much. He hasn't really got that much end product anyway, and he's not really that good at crossing either. I know he did one good cross last year, and we were like, wow, where did that come from? But he's not going to do that on a regular basis. So
yeah,
I kind of understand.
Neither can Robbo and Tsimikas too.
I don't disagree, mate. I think Tsimikas has been stinky. Like,
this
like,
pre-season.
How did he run the opposite way for that?
Yeah,
goal? Like, he literally ran the opposite way.
Odegaard sold him to the shops, didn't he? Yeah, Tsimikas has not really shown anything in pre-season so far, like nothing, and it worries me a bit because he's obviously Robbo's injured. Owen Beck, don't know if he's injured or he's not starting games. Tsimikas is.
No, I think Owen Beck's
I don't understand them not playing Owen Beck. I think he's really good.
Like Luke Chambers, and he's gone back out on loan to Wigan.
Yes, Luke Chambers is going back on loan to Wigan, and it looks like, from reports at this moment in time, that Owen Beck is available to leave.
Yeah, because I think Beck wanted to sign a new contract before going out on loan, because he wants to fight for a first team place. But to be honest, he never really got a crack in pre-season.
I know.
To really show what he's made of. Because if he was shit in pre-season, then he would have gone, would have been sold.
I mean, mate, we just said it. Like, they're ruthless. Like, if there's no future, what's the point in keeping you? And I will bring up a player's name, which is it's going to get a lot of people excited. And the reason I'll bring him up is because we've looked at him before, but Jurgen didn't want him. And this was when he was in France. And it's Lubecker, who's an unbelievable centre-back, who's 21 years old, who plays for Leipzig. And he can also play left-back. And he's really good in the wide areas. The reason why I'll mention him is because he's currently on international duty at the Olympics, which may be a reason why we haven't done anything with him yet. But he's the guy which I'm hearing could be an option, but he will cost about 45 million, which is similar to the price that.
So not an Asio, not an Asio. Those links that haven't.
No. And he's got a release clause. We just go and buy him, mate.
This is what I think is going to happen. So Crystal Palace are saying Mark Guay, ain't they?
Yeah.
To Newcastle, they're going to need a centre back. Liverpool want Walton.
Joe Gomez wants to go back to London, by the way.
And that's where, by the way, it's where it's from. Croydon.
Yeah, wants to go back
originally. South Cholton area, Croydon Cholton area. That's where Joe Gomez is originally from. So he sort of go back home, close to his family and everything. Going to play for Palace.
Not going to lie, he's a star man, you know.
Is this what you've heard, or is this your dream?
I'm just trying to work things out. Out because in transfers, domino effects happen, don't they?
There's another transfer which could happen as well, which may see Gomez going into a different club, and you probably know what club that is.
Well,
Aston
what's
Villa.
this down one? Yeah.
Oh, Villa, yeah,
Aston
Villa,
Villa.
'cause
Aston
Diego
Villa are
Carlos
gonna-
still a Fulham.
selling their Brazilian to Fulham. What's the guy's name? Diego
Right.
Diego
Carlos.
Carlos.
Why are they
Yeah.
selling all their best players and buying bums? I don't get it.
This
Um,
this is actually the Achilles heel of
Leaving everything late.
this is the Achilles heel of the manager. When he's got money, he does daft stuff. He obviously did that with Arsenal. Like, yeah, he does daft things when he's got money because he's never got money normally. What's his name? What's his bloody name? Aston Villa's manager.
Emery, Mr.
Emery.
Good Evening.
You are Emery. Yeah, he's never got money, so he's flashing the cash in and
Yeah, I actually think Aston Villa's transfer summer has been very overrated so far, personally.
you stop getting players sent off. You want to do well.
I just like Gomez is a centre back who would start for a lot of Premier League teams, in my opinion. He'd definitely start for Palace week in, week out. Him and Anderson,
Be their star player, mate.
They're going to need a player. Liverpool want Walton. I think it's almost Liverpool are looking at Walton. His playing style completely suits what Slot wants to do in midfield. It just completely suits his playing style. The way he moves the ball back.
Getting Adam Wharton, mate. We're not getting Adam Wharton.
I don't know.
Or just
I think that's one to keep your eye on.
I'll tell you two names that you've never heard of, and we'll probably sign one of them.
Is it the Genoa midfielder? Is it the one from Genoa? The one that I saw?
No. Angelo Stiller.
Who?
Oh, I hope
Angelo
not.
Stiller from Stuttgart.
They
finished third last season.
Oh, another Stuttgart midfielder, man.
He's shocking.
And Anton Stacks. He plays for Hoffenheim.
Yeah, they ain't good enough.
We will sign one of them.
Yeah, Stack.
I hope you're so wrong.
We will sign one of them. I'm telling you, we will sign one of them.
The thing with Stack, and what I do, he can pass out with the ball from midfield. He's actually pretty good at that. He's actually pretty good at that.
It sounds like two bums.
They are right at the top of the data. Right at the top, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think I might need to reboot the laptop.
Yeah. And that's why no one's talking about them. Like, they're data driven. They're data driven players. Adam Wharton, I just think he needs another year. Like, he's done half a season, played well for half a season.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit of a worry to spend that much money on a guy because he's going to cost like 80 million. He is. Like,
that is very true. I think Liverpool are. I think Liverpool are going to have to spend money anyway. This is the issue now. I think Liverpool know who they want to buy. Personally, I think Liverpool know who they want to buy, and the DM. Look, I think they're going to buy a DM and a forward. I don't think they're going to buy a centre back. I think if Gomez goes, I think Sepp van der Berg stays, and that's just it. I don't think we buy any more defenders. I think the main player they're going to buy in is if they only buy one player this summer, it's going to be a DM for me. It's going to be a DM. Now, I like Adam Wharton personally, just because I think he suits Slot's style so much. The need of Palace needing a centre back. You could help. With the Gomez deal, I think Gomez would be up for going to Palace. So it could work. It could work. I just don't know. As K-Max said, it might be we just go and buy someone not many people have heard of, but he does what Slot wants to do. Slot's pretty much said he wants a deep lining playmaker. That's pretty much what he said. He doesn't actually want an out-and-out DM. He wants a deep lining playmaker, which the internet's going to go crazy for because no one knows what a DM is today. People still think Declan Rice is a DM. It's madness. So that's That's what he wants. He wants a deep lining playmaker. He wants someone who can move the ball quickly. That's why with Taro Endo, if the right big comes in, they're happily letting go because he can't do what Slot wants. And I'm going to continue saying this. I am extremely worried about Stefan Bajcetic because he has looked shit in both friendly games.
He just needs.
From what I've seen,
he's alone.
he looks miles off the pace.
He's alone.
Yeah, Stefan looks terrible. And I know it's unfashionable. You can't say that in a Liverpool fan base because every Liverpool fan thinks he's the next Pedri or something like that. He looks terrible so far.
Hey, maybe he needs to go to Salzburg on loan. Maybe he needs to go to Salzburg.
Tyler Morton in the 2 friendly games has looked better than Stefan.
From what I've seen on highlights and highlights only, he has looked a lot sharper.
Yeah.
I tell you what. I tell you what. I'm just reading the chat. The reason why we won't get Ederson, and I know everyone wants him, and I want him as well, is because Juventus are trying to sign Cooper Mears.
Coop Miners, yeah.
Yeah, and they've already agreed contracts. They're just trying to sort out a fee. They've had 45 million rejected. They will not sell Ederson and Cooper Mears in one season. They just won't do it. He's already said.
Not even if you chuck in Tyler Morton.
Did you mention the guy from Genoa, Friend Up? Is that the one you mentioned?
Yeah, I did see links.
Yeah, he's not very good at passing.
No, and that's what
kind of something the Slot needs.
And that's what they want. They want a defensive.
But he's good at everything else, mate. He's a beast.
They want a deep lining playmaker. That's why. So everyone in chat, by the way, I don't hate Stefan. He just looks miles off it because he hasn't barely played any football. And how much football is he literally going to play next season with a packed midfield? I mean, our midfield is packed. We go and buy a DM, and midfield is literally packed.
He ain't playing, mate.
How many games is he actually going to play? I'm not sure, and that's my issue.
That he would get more games at centre half next season than he would in midfield next season.
Yeah.
Knowing our injury record, it would be so. It wouldn't shock me if he ends up playing at centre half.
Yeah. I mean,
especially if we sell 2 of our centre halves.
Yeah, I heard this today. I share my birthday with Kudus. Kudus shares his birthday and me. I'm 43. You know.
There you go. There you go. That's it. That's it. It's done deal.
Just come to a Liverpool.
I told you I had nothing to back it up, but there you go.
You know what happened? Kudus' mum saw me being born and thought that's a magnificent young man there, and they planned their pregnancy to be delivered on the 2nd of August. That's what happened. Big up Kudus' mum. Stefan has to be 3rd choice DM. If he's 3rd choice DM, that means he's playing zilch. He's playing zilch.
You want to go on? I'm sorry. Like we've got a guy now that, in fact, it's not even down to Slot. It's down to the director of football and the coaches and that really now. But we've got people now that are just going to go, right, you're not good enough for Liverpool. You're really never going to get a chance. You're probably not going to play much anymore. We might as well cash in on you because you're like 21, 22, whatever. And that's going to be the case with loads of players. Or it's going to be a case of, right, you're 18. Are you really going to get to play that much? No. Why would we keep you around? We'll send you out on loan. And we might even start doing 2-year loans, like some of the other clubs do. Which makes sense. Get some of the youngsters out on 2-year loans. Get them to experience football and play more football. Look what it's done to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott has it's done him the world of good. Look what it did for Quansah. Look what it did for Bradley. You've literally got these players that all had good loans and are now really good players. Yeah, just do it more.
Didn't Conor Bradley get Player of the Year in League One or something like that as well on loan?
Scored like 8 goals.
Yeah, it's a good player. I just worry about Stefan's game time. That's all, guys. I don't worry about his quality. I don't think any of us do. I just worry about his game time because he's a kid that needs to play. He's definitely a kid that needs to play. Talk about kids that need to play in our midfield. So Bobby Clark. So apparently, certain Pep Linders put in a cheeky £6 million bid in for Bobby Clark, which is kind of mad because me and K-Mac spoke about a couple of weeks ago about Bobby Clark maybe going on loan there. But a £6 million bid. Liverpool right to turn that down?
I
And
think
what
so.
would you expect for him?
Is it wrong
Did
to say at least 10?
But do Liverpool even
wouldn't
want to
sell
sell him
him.
though? I don't think Liverpool want to
Sell him.
sell him. Yeah, I don't think Liverpool want to sell him. I think if a loan deal came in from Salzburg for Bobby Clark, I think Liverpool would be happy with that. I don't think
The
Liverpool
thing
want
is,
to sell
Joe, we
him.
don't know what Slot really thinks of him because he's been injured, for
Mm.
Yeah, he's
pre-season.
been injured so far.
So he's
I
not
would
really
s-
had the opportunity to show Slot how he can be used for him.
Look, I think he's a talent. He's got
Yeah.
he's got stuff about his game that I really like. Still a kid, still needs to learn the game. I think Liverpool are not willing to listen to offers for him just now, but a loan deal probably do him the world of good. Again, how many games is he going to play next season? You know, what, 1 or 2 cup games? I mean, everyone keeps talking about cup games. What if we go out of both cups in the first round?
No one's
Then
playing.
no one's playing any games, are they? So, you know, it's what I literally think he is one the club really like, and I'd be shocked if they were looking to sell him. The fact that they're looking to sell Tyler Morton tells me more.
Yeah, I was really gutted for him when he got injured because I think he probably would have played more games at the end of the season because he actually played himself into contention. He was actually ahead of Gravenberch in the pecking order at the end.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Yeah,
he played some games, scored goals, got assists, just looked really good. And unfortunately, he got injured, and he's still injured now. But for me, you loan him out, or you maybe do a cheeky swap for that French defensive midfielder they've got at Salzburg, whose name I can't pronounce.
It does feel like
Anyone
Liverpool.
know his name in the chat? Sorry.
No, I don't. It
He's
does
good.
look like
He's really
Liverpool.
good.
It does look like Liverpool are trying to get rid of players for someone coming in. They're trying to find deals where they can bring a player in, maybe with swap deals and all that, and see what's available in the market. But look, I don't. Do I think Bobby Clark will ever become that player at Liverpool? Maybe not, but at least up his value if he goes on loan. If he goes on loan, especially the Pep Linders, who knows him inside out. I mean, he trained with him constantly. No better manager for probably him to go and play for. Yeah. If he does a year at Salzburg and he's done a really good year and his transfer value goes up by 5 or 10 million, then happy days, ain't it? So why not? Why not? Kay Gordon needs to go low. I agree with Promo there.
Kate Gordon, probably Bento. I think McConnell needs a loan.
Kay Gordon just needs to leave the football club full stop. He's never going to make it. We have got too many wingers that he's never going to play a game. I don't see where he gets in.
Yeah. Is it wrong for saying that I may want Fabio Carvalho to stay?
No, we're going to talk about Carvalho in a minute.
What do you think he's going to get sold?
But yeah, Tyler Morton looks like he could be sold. They're not looking to loan Tyler Morton. I think the reason they're not looking to loan Tyler Morton because you can only loan a certain amount of young players now.
6, I think.
Yeah, so they're going to try and loan the 6 players that they want to loan, the youngsters, and then if Tyler Morton is needed to go, he'll be sold. So, I mean, again, Tyler Morton, he's at 6/8. He can play in the 6. He can play in the 8. Again, if Liverpool go and buy DM, I don't think at this moment in time. I mean, he probably should, but I just don't think the club and that go look. They're probably going to look at Stefan and a new DM as the 2 players there. And then in the 8, he ain't getting in front of McAllister or Szoboszlai at this moment in time. Looks like a different player. Or I don't know, Gravenberch. It's a weird one with Gravenberch. I've got to wait to see him play under Slot. I've got to wait to see what Gravenberch plays like.
Very interested to see how him and Canate play like against United.
Yeah.
And plus, McAllister is with the squad, by the way, in America.
Yeah, he just turned out in Carolina, didn't he?
Which is a bit odd because I thought that he would just be back in Liverpool when the rest of the boys join.
I think they said, yeah. I mean, Joe Gomez ain't even back yet. I don't get Joe Gomez played no. And this is another thing. Why has Joe Gomez not turned up for training? He played 0 minutes.
You know what annoys me?
Don't get why he's not there.
Adam Wharton has been playing Crystal Palace games.
Yeah, why ain't Gomez been in training?
He's played the last 2 friendlies. Adam Morton. Joe Gomez should have got his ass on a plane and came over and literally put a shift in.
Yeah,
Same with
maybe he was
Gravenberch.
still pissed off at us for fucking up his
No, but
Newcastle move.
this is the thing about it, though, mate. Like if you really give a shit and you really want to impress your new manager, and you're all talk saying, "Oh, you know what? I want to be a first team player," then sacrifice a week of your holiday and get your ass on a plane and join the pre-season where you know you're going to play. Like if Gomez was out there, Gomez would be playing every game. It's just a fact. Same with Gravenberch. Like, you know, that's the kind of stuff that really grinds my gears. Really grinds my gears, stuff like that. When they didn't play football.
So Harry's Macca played in the final back, and the other guys are missing. Yeah, and Macca played.
Me personally,
Macca played longer than any other player.
And Macca played in South America as well.
I know he played in America.
America, yeah, it's in North America. I mean, North America.
Yeah, he played in America. Yeah.
So he played in the Americas. So
it still doesn't matter. It's only a plane ride away. Like, and let's be honest. I think Trent and Gomez have been on holiday in America.
I don't get. Alex said just because he didn't play doesn't mean he didn't spend the whole tournament training. Still needs holiday. Yeah, but what we're saying is there's players that have played and got to finals like McAllister, and he's back already. That's what we're saying there. That's what we're saying there. Be up, Patrick. Appreciate it. I don't know. Maybe Gomez. Who knows? Slot might have told Gomez just to stay on holiday and come back after the. Who knows? We don't know.
Yeah,
but I just find
because we're swapping you for Gordon.
Yeah, I just find it a bit strange that they're not back yet. I mean, Gravenberch is obviously back, ain't he? So
yeah, but they got knocked out earlier.
Yeah,
right.
He came back. Was it last week, wasn't he, or something like that?
But he's not played. He was on the bench, but he didn't come on.
Yeah, they didn't play him. Canate and Gravenberch and that. I think Slot said they're going to play against United. They're going to play United. Yeah. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, Gomez might never feature for Liverpool again. Who knows? You know, he might be with family. Who knows what he's doing? Slot might have told him, "Don't worry, chill. Come back after we're the American fixtures and meet us back at Anfield." And that's cool. Look, we ain't seen our full team yet. I can't wait to see our full team play. Carvalho, though, guys. Carvalho. Has Carvalho done enough at the moment to make Slot think he might have to stay?
So far, yes, I think so. I think there is a role for him. It may not be where he wants it, but I think there's a role for him. Ironically, out on the left wing. On the left wing. I would like to see him in the 10 behind Jota. But I don't think it's going to happen, and I think it's either him or the club don't want another loan. He's either staying or he's getting sold.
Yeah, because if when I look at it, there's no loan deal for Carvalho, guys, because obviously with his 6 week it looks like he will have if he's leaving, it'll be a transfer and that being gone. But what do you reckon, K-Mac? Do you reckon he's going to try and Slot's going to give him a chance and maybe play himself into this squad for next season in this pre-season, or Liverpool still open him to be sold if a big comes in for him later in the transfer window?
No, he's in the shop window, mate.
Yeah.
He's in the shop window. He's not good enough. Sorry, he's not good enough. He's got no pace. He's weak, and he's suited for a position where we're totally stacked. Like, is he really going to get in ahead of Szoboszlai, Elliott, or Gravenberch?
That's what honesty
says.
He's just not. 6. No jokes.
Yeah,
we are stacked.
Yeah, and he ain't look. And when Gakpo and Diaz come back, he ain't playing in front of them two either. So I think, as you say, shop window job, making him look good at the moment. Try and get a good transfer value out of him.
My only thing because I know in the past under Edwards, he's been so adamant that we will not get ripped off when it comes to selling players.
Yeah.
And yes, that's great and all that. But with the amount of people that look like that we want to get rid of, you're not going to get your transfer value all the time. Sometimes you're going to have to take a couple million off to get them out the door. Like if Nat Phillips survives another summer window,
He won't.
oh my God.
The only reason why we haven't sold Nat Phillips is because we didn't have any bloody centre backs. Like, because we genuinely thought that Van der Berg would be sold before pre-season, and it was the fact that PSV came in with a low ball offer of 8 million.
Yeah,
like I'm sorry, like he's worth more than 8 million. I'm sorry, we paid 4.5 for him, like a couple of years ago, like 4 years ago.
Next week, I do fully expect things to proper ramp up with, oh, this player's nearly left the club, or oh, Liverpool putting a bid in for this person. Like from next week onwards,
100%.
I expect everything to go literally full pedal.
Yeah, the Carvalho thing's a bit. I don't know, because he likes to play in the 10. He said that publicly. He prefers his favourite player position is that freedom in the 10, where he's got a bit of freedom to do what he wants. But Slot's come out and said he likes him on the left. Now, that's pretty much telling him he ain't got a future, because apparently after Anthony Gordon, who plays left wing, and we got Diaz and Gakpo playing left wing, I just don't see him playing in front of either of them two. I'm going to get to Gakpo in a bit, but because I need to say something about Cody in a minute, which might be an interesting talk. But with Carvalho, there's stuff about his game I do like. I think that if out of him and Harvey Elliott, because this is the thing out of these two, they want to play in the same position, and I think Carvalho is a better goal scorer than Harvey Elliott, but I think Harvey Elliott's more creative. Like we saw that the other day with that little flick over the centre backs for Carvalho's finish. That was a clever little pass. Got 2 assists in that game. In fact, if Elliott got his head up a bit more, he could have had 4 assists in that game from that 10 position. So
it's funny as well because Slot said that as well.
Yeah,
like everyone was bigging Harvey up when he went.
Yeah.
Well, no, he wasn't good enough. He could have done more.
Could have got 4 assists. Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
So basically, he's just telling, get your head up more in this position. You'll go get bag of assists. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think Harvey Elliott is probably more creative in that 10, but I think Carvalho would score more goals. But Harvey Elliott, I think, is the chosen one in that team. So he's miles ahead of Carvalho in the pecking order. So Carvalho is going to be a lamb to slaughter in my opinion. I think Carvalho will go right towards the end of the transfer deadline. I think a team will come in for him and he'll go, because you have to let some players go. We've got, kind of like 35 players. Yeah. This myth that Liverpool got a small squad is really mental. It's a myth.
The thing about Carvalho, and I'll be straight up here, is he's a Moneyball player. He was a Moneyball signing. And he's going to be sold, because that's the reason why we got him in the first place. Like he looks like that kind of guy that you sign him, he doesn't really fit the team, but he's a talented player. So we send him out on loan. He has a couple of good loans. His money goes up by like 4 times, and then we sell him for like 25 million, and we bought him for like 5. That's a Moneyball signing. That's Edwards all over it, written all over it. And as soon as he came back, he probably looked at a couple of players and went, "Yeah, he's one of those Moneyball ones," which I did a while ago. Probably Steph Van der Berg as well. Sign him for 5 million, sell him for 20 million. There you go. How much money are you churning? That's how it's going to work.
Do you think Step definitely goes? Because I've got a feeling that Slot really wants to keep him.
Well, Step.
Yeah.
He's not going to be first team footballer, is he, mate? He's going to be 4th choice centre back.
It all depends on Gomez. It all depends on Gomez.
His injuries, you never know.
It all depends on Gomez.
5th choice centre back if Gomez stays.
If Gomez stays, it's one of them. One of them are going to leave. It's either going to be Gomez or Sepp. Whoever blinks first. One of them two are going to go. It just depends what one gets. What one goes. I mean, they can make 45 to 50 million off Joe Gomez, so that tells me it'd be Joe Gomez personally. Because they're not going to get the 20 million.
as well. I've
Set
just seen that as
Vandenberg.
well. Fulham spent 27 million on Smith Rowe. They could have had Carvalho back.
I do like Smith Rowe. I think Smith Rowe is right. It's just his injury. Just his injuries only, but he's got talent there.
Right.
Just his injuries.
Yeah.
I think personally, I think Sepp Vandenberg Slot like Sepp Vandenberg by the look of it. He talks well about him. At the end of the day, if the club want him gone, it's not really all Slot's. It's not a lot of Slot can do about it at the end of the day. But I just feel like it's going to be one or two, Gomez or Sepp Vandenberg, which I can't believe we're actually saying that. It's mad because I don't think this would have happened if a certain man was still manager. I don't think Gomez would be going anywhere. So
I think Sepp would have been sold though.
Yeah, it's different regime now, and we're looking at things differently.
I think more business would have been done earlier as well.
Yeah, because I think
who would have we signed?
I think we would have got a player in earlier just because Klopp knows the team, don't he? So it'd have been a lot easier.
Who do you think we'd have signed then?
I think we'd have got a midfielder or a right wing. I think, or a centre back.
We never need midfielders, mate.
No idea.
Yeah, I think we'd have got
count the midfielders.
If I'm going on what everyone has said, this whole reason we're taking so long is because Slot wanted all pre-season with these players to know who he wants and who he doesn't, and then they can go and make transfers for that reason. If you notice, you can tell straight away Slot wants a DM because he's basically screaming about it by playing Szoboszlai DM the other day. He's basically like, right, it's not working. I need a DM. He spoke.
Did you see the thing of him and Curtis go, hey, look, our number 6, and both of them just piss themselves laughing.
Yeah.
They know that they don't want to pay 6. Neither of them want to pay 6.
What makes me laugh as well is, I mean, Slot's really made a point, Annie, because he's basically played his false 9 striker, who's not a striker, because he didn't have a striker from the previous game, as the defensive midfielder, because he hasn't got a defensive midfielder he can trust.
He's played three.
And he played really well in both games, by the way.
He's played 3 players at centre mid in the number 6, and only one of them was a number 6, and that's Endo.
And who do you think he plays against United? Do you think it'll be Stefan?
I think it'll be Szoboszlai. I'm going to say it right now. People might hate me for this, and I hope it ain't true. I actually thought Szoboszlai looked all right in that DM position.
Yeah, no, he played Dom.
He wins the most grand duels. He did last season.
Apparently, the Hungary manager believes that a DM is his actual best position.
Yeah. He won more grand duels than any midfielder for Liverpool last season as well. And he's won more grand duels than anyone already in pre-season for Liverpool midfield.
I just don't care who we play there now. I just don't want Mac doing ground drills.
No,
he's not doing ground drills because he's always rolling around afterwards.
And as you say, the coach from Hungary said that he thinks Szoboszlai eventually be a DM when he's. I think he said when he's looking at when he's older, he might go back into that position.
He's still only 23. Get that guy as the attacking midfielder, please. But then again, Harvey Elliott.
It's. I don't want to. But guys, let me just tell you right now. I do not want to see. None of us want to see Szoboszlai as a DM.
No, we don't.
I think Slot said last week in training, Szoboszlai's been the number 6 in training a lot. They've been using him as the number 6 in training.
But they've also been training him as a winger as well.
Yeah, so it's.
Gravenberch could be DM tomorrow, possibly.
Mate, I'm throwing myself out of a window. So Martin Lord Waghorns just put the name of the guy from Salzburg who I said that.
Oh, I know this geezer. Yeah. I know.
Do a cheeky swap with. He's a good DM. Couldn't think of his name. I wonder why.
Lucas, just say Lucas.
He sounds like a Star Wars baddie.
Yeah. Just say Lucas, man. Just say Lucas.
Yeah.
I reckon Slot plays second half. against United.
He couldn't
Thank you very much.
himself.
Thank you very much. Do I think United have improved tactically? Not what I've
Not
seen
seen
so
them,
far.
so I don't know.
What I've seen, little bits of them, not at the moment. But
No, they're relying on their big players again.
yeah,
I think they're going to get Delit and Mazraoui. I think Ugarte on loan potentially.
Not Ugarte, mate.
Uh,
Not Ugarte.
Well,
That's not
Ugarte,
happening. No, it's not happening.
no?
Which means that we might have an option of him, especially on loan.
Yeah, we ain't going to get anyone on loan.
That's a great loan deal, that though.
Yeah, greater winning ground rules, but playing out the back, I think he'd get caught.
Look, he can move the ball. Look, he can move. Every footballer can pass the ball, but he ain't going to do it. Like I watch inside training all the time since Slot's been there, and you can see what he does. The midfielder got to pass it as soon as they receive it. You got to move. 1-2 touch, 1-2 touch, and passing forward as much as you can. And he wants people to pass. He wants our midfielder pass through the opposition's press, like we did against Arsenal in that game the other day, passing through the opposition's press. He's not doing that. It's just not his game. He can pass the ball, but he ain't passing through a press. Zubimendi would, obviously, but like we mentioned it earlier, my man, that if Marino's going from Real Sociedad to Arsenal, I think that tells us that Zubimendi does not want to leave Spain at all.
So if you're looking at a player that can do that, I mean, it's got to be Alan Varela then, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's the most obvious.
He's the most suited player.
Yeah, he's the most obvious.
Get a DM that we could have gotten before.
So that was definitely Varela. Varela was definitely the guy that we looked at. Because
if the DM was something that we could have gotten earlier, people are going to be like, why have we waited so long to pull the trigger? If it was someone like a Zubimendi, a Wharton, then I'd be a little bit more understanding why we've waited basically lastminute.com to do the shopping. But if it is like one of the two DMs that you mentioned earlier, who didn't have any international tournaments, and those were the two guys that are on the top of the list, why couldn't we got them earlier?
Yeah, do you know what that tells me? That two things this tells me: that Liverpool know who they want. They know who they want.
And the other thing is nobody knows who the fuck it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we kept it secret.
I literally think they know who they want, and they're just waiting on things to fall into place.
I think it's Adam Wharton. I think that's the guy that they want.
Might be.
We could be talking to him. He's in the US as well, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Is that they're all, every Premier League?
Everyone's in the US.
I would like. Look, I know. Came out a bit worried because he's only had 6 months, but I get that as well. I do understand that he could have just had a great 6 months, but if I go on them 6 months, he was as good as a DM anyone else in the Premier League for them 6 months, weren't he? So on the ball, he just does everything we need. Also, he fills that homegrown quota, which I know people hate talking about it, but you do need to fill.
You could offer players to Palace.
It's like domino effects. Yeah, it's domino effects, ain't it? It's domino effects. Mark Guehi goes to Newcastle, then we can offer him Gomez,
or maybe like a Fabio Carvalho for him to go back to London.
Yeah, there's deals there to be made. I think deals will be made. I don't
care. Give them both of them and just take Morton for free.
Morton, Gomez.
Well, what about Wharton for Morton?
Wharton for Morton. Let's chuck them all in.
Chuck them all in.
It's not my money.
Honestly, says there, Liverpool looking at a centre back, a DM, and a wide forward. Yeah, a wide forward. I wonder who that is. Although potentially two of the latter. Yeah, I think it'd be a DM and a wide forward.
I don't believe that with the forward
Kudus.
It could be Kudus.
Make that Kudus.
Because Paqueta, I didn't realise it, but Paqueta's court hearing for his thing, or his hearing, whatever it is. It's not till the end of January, beginning of February, which means he can play. So he's available to play. So Kudus could be available this summer. Liverpool prefers to sell Owen Beck rather than a loan. Tells you a lot, don't it? I mean, I thought they really liked Owen Beck,
I'm
but
so gutted because he is
I'm so gutted.
technically he is Liverpool royalty.
Rush is
he
great.
Rush is Netflix.
Great
nephew.
uncle is saying, isn't it? Yeah.
You would have thought Rushy would have been like, hang on a minute.
No, Rushy.
Let my lad have a pre-season.
Rushy sees he wants him gone. He sees. I don't know. I think
Celtic could be a good move for him.
I'll tell you what, though, there's a guy at Celtic that I'd like, but I know we've got enough eights. But
is it Matt O'Reilly?
Yeah, Matt Riley looks a bloody player, doesn't he?
Hey, he was at MK Dons before.
There is so much. Oh my, things come down. There is so much talk about this Matt Riley at the moment, though. Everyone's
19 goals from midfield last season.
Atletico.
Yeah.
I think Southampton had a bid rejected.
Looks a hell of a player.
We've got to be careful. It was Celtic. Samaras looked good at Celtic as well. Oh, my, everything's coming down now.
How about say Victor Wanyama? Kieran Tierney looked good at Celtic, and
everything's coming down. Oh no.
Hey, personally, if there was like a world, like I'd get rid of Diaz, I'd get Gordon and Kudus. Get Salah's replacement in.
For fuck's sake, it's done. The worst. Oh, never mind.
It's like one of those things though. You're like watching it happen in slow motion.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh god, it's all gone. It's all gone. Yeah, we're living in a different period now, you know, like we've got owners, people in the club now who are like, right, if these youngsters going to play for Liverpool? The answer is no. Why are they still doing it? Let's make money off them.
Yeah, why not?
And that's what they're looking at now. And they're going to Owen Beck, right? Is Owen Beck ever go to play the first team? Is there a pathway? The club look at it and go, right now, Robbo and Tsimikas are going nowhere. So where's he going to play? Is a loan deal any good for him? Probably not, because Liverpool will probably look eventually, maybe next season, at getting a left back to replace either Robbo or Tsimikas. So again, where does Owen Beck get in? Nowhere.
So
Sell him.
I rate Luke Chambers better than Owen Beck.
Yeah, I do as well. But Luke Chambers can also play centre back, left side of centre back. He's also left-footed as well. I mean, Luke Chambers, I'm surprised he's not. I'm surprised he hasn't. They haven't kept him as backup, because I think he's better than Tsimikas, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Calvin Ramsey, I think he's gone on loan to Wigan.
He's already gone on loan.
They'll have Calvin Ramsey on one side and Luke Chambers on the other.
Yeah, I feel like with Calvin Ramsey, he's going to be like a Fabio Carvalho in Moneyball.
Yeah, Calvin Ramsey's never playing for Liverpool. You got Conor Bradley there now.
He's never playing for Liverpool.
Conor Bradley's like, because when he came in, we was all a bit happy about it, because he's like, back up right back for Trent and see how
Ramsey played that one game against Derby and then came off the bench in the Champions League against Napoli. And I was like, oh my God, look at Ramsey.
And he looked all right. We looked all right. And then
you let him down.
And then Conor Bradley.
All I remember about him was he's pretty tall, and that was it.
And then Conor Bradley went, "Oh, my beer." I didn't watch how it's done. It was like, oh shit, yeah. There's a big difference. Conor Bradley's even doing it on the international stage in Northern Ireland. So yeah, he's they're our two right backs next season. Robbo and Tsimikas are our two left backs.
That's a concern for me, mate. That's a real concern.
I think we need a new set. I'm with you. I do think we need a new left back.
Real concern.
Obviously, Virgil and Canate and Quansah, guys. This kid just keeps getting better, don't he?
I can't see Canate getting ahead of him. I just can't.
There has to be a conversation with the Canate, because he's got 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah.
And are we going to give him a bumper deal, or are we going to be looking to move him on?
Yeah, Alton Norris scraps would be the one I'd go for as well.
Yeah.
look, if we're playing the way Slot wants to play, building out from the back, Quansah's actually the best at it.
Yep.
He brings the ball out like Matip does.
Quansah's got a bit of Matip, bit of Virgil.
Yeah, he brings
bit of
the ball
everything,
out like
mate.
Matip does. Did you hear him? Did you see that Quansah wanted aerial shots of Virgil van Dijk? Did you read about this?
Yes, I did see it. Yeah.
So apparently Quansah asked aerial shots of Virgil van Dijk through the season, so we can study it, like positioning, how he plays, where he stands, all that sort of stuff. He's just learning all the time. He wants to learn all the time. I said it last season. I think him and Braithwaite at Everton were the two best under 23-year-old centre backs in the league, in my opinion. Braithwaite was quality as well.
Have you seen the? I'm going to send you. Actually, I'm going to send you it on WhatsApp. I'm going to send you this chart. It's the best centre backs in the world last season. I'm going to send you it on WhatsApp. 2 secs. What is it?
I think he'll be the next academy graduate to get over 100 appearances, because since Gerrard, only Jones and Trent have made over 100 appearances for Liverpool.
Ain't Elliot already as well?
Yeah, but Ellie didn't come through the academy. We brought him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well. Did he play an academy game? I don't think he did he?
No.
So he didn't play an academy game, won't count. Yeah.
I tell you what makes me laugh with Elliot is he keeps on getting booed by Fulham. He only played like one game.
Yeah, and
they boo him like.
What I don't get, it's not like he's a Judas. It's not even his club.
He didn't even come from their academy.
He don't even like Liverpool. He grew up a Liverpool fan. His dad's a Liverpool fan. It's the club he always wanted to play for.
So weird.
I could get it if he was a Fulham bat. He was a Fulham boy and a Fulham fan and everything like that. But he
wasn't even one of their own. He didn't even support them.
He left when he was 16. It's not like it's just mad. It's mad.
Okay, is this it here?
That was. Look, I'm going to say about this Kudus. I like Kudus. I think he's a quality footballer. I really do. I just don't think he's a winger. I actually think Kudus can play the 8. I think he can play that deep. I think he can play in the 8 or the 10. I believe Kudus himself.
We just don't need any more 8s, mate.
No, I think Kudus himself said his best position is the 10. That's his favourite position.
Yeah, I have to say, right, that those in Bueno links have just completely died, because Brentford's new striker is out for the rest of 2024. So Tony's going nowhere.
Tony weren't going anywhere anyway. No one wants him.
Well, their new guy's injured.
Yeah,
that's what Luke just said. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out for the rest of 2024. So Tony ain't going nowhere.
Isn't he isn't he like Danish or something like that? That guy they signed, was it Larson?
No, Brazilian. Came from the Danish league.
Oh, the Brazilian guy. Oh yeah. Blimey. I mean, Man United have lost four players now, haven't they?
Yeah, they keep getting injuries all the time, don't they?
Yeah, they've lost 4 players now.
You know, and they're blaming everything.
I'm glad they haven't got Rashford against us.
They blame everything as well.
He's always trouble.
They blame the pitch. They blaming everything. They just need to look at their manager.
Wow, those numbers are insane by Matt O'Reilly. 18 goals, 16 assists in 35 matches last season.
Yeah, he's got a lot of... The problem is, I get what you're saying, but Tavernier at Rangers has got like 100 goals at right back.
Yeah.
And he's shocking. So I do take it with a pinch of salt. But for a kid his age as well, because he's young, ain't he? Only like 19.
22.
No, I think he's 23.
22. So he's not that young in. But 23-year-old midfielder getting that amount of goals is going to put... Now everyone's going to listen. Yeah, people will go look at it.
He's English as well.
Jamie, Szoboszlai. I was Szoboszlai the worst. I thought he was the best. Maybe I read the wrong headline then. Maybe I'm just reading the headline for this pre-season then. Fair enough. I swear Szoboszlai was one of the highest rated midfielders in our team for Grand Jewels. Maybe it was just pre-season then. Maybe I got it wrong. Greg, I want you to talk about Gakpo quickly, though. So now we all saw Cody Gakpo do bits as a left winger in the Dutch team. We've got a Dutch manager who you feel will play him in his most preferred position. But it does look like Slot likes playing with a 10. Do we think Gakpo will still be that versatile footballer even under Arne Slot like he was under Klopp? Because unfortunately with Gakpo, and this is unfortunate with some players, James Milner had it, didn't he? Stevie had it. Stevie played right back, right midfield, centre midfield, the number 10 position. When you're a really good player, can play in versatile roles, it hinders you a little bit as a footballer because you don't play your natural position enough, do you? I feel if Luis Diaz is here at Liverpool still, he will be Liverpool's number 1 left winger even under Slot. Does that mean Gakpo might fall because we actually play a 10 and it, under Slot and he knows how to play it. Could you see Gakpo playing there next season, Luke?
I think it could definitely happen. I don't want it to happen.
He's versatile, ain't he? This is the problem. This is the problem with versatile players.
Versatility is good, but I think for Gakpo to get the best out of him, he needs to be playing left wing.
Yeah.
Part of me feels like that we're going to see him here, there, and everywhere next season. A bit of up front, a bit of left, a bit of right, a bit of number 10, where he should be playing left wing predominantly.
Yeah.
I think we'll see out the two. I think we'll see Diaz playing left, playing right. Obviously, letting Salah, if Diaz plays right, Salah might play in the 10. Salah might play up front. So I think there's going to be lots of different options.
Yeah.
I don't believe players are going to stick to playing one position. I do believe that players are just going to be plug and play based on who the opposition is.
I think Liverpool can even line up sometimes with, I don't know,
Gakpo, Diaz, Salah up.
Diaz on the left, Diaz on the right, Gakpo on the left, and Salah in the 10. I can see us lining up like that sometimes because Salah does pick up their middle areas now. They're more central areas quite a lot. Obviously, his strength is still running from the right in. That is always going to be his strength, but he can play in that 10 role as well. I can see us mixing it up a little bit with a full strength team. The problem is, because we've had pre-season, we had a couple of games, we're getting a bit excited. We haven't seen our full team yet, and how Slot would play them. Slot's already said he knows where Trent's going to play. He knows where, he's got it in his mind.
He's play, by the way? Where do you think?
Right back. He's going to do. I don't think we're going to invert. He's not inverted once in this pre-season.
So do you think you'll go do what Bradley's done? A bit of some of the runs will underlap, then overlap.
Yeah. And no one's got a better delivery in Europe than Trent from that position. So, I say, and the way we defend now in the structure, in the setup, the way it's more compact and close, Trent ain't going to be like that scapegoat who's going to be isolated constantly like he was before. So it will suit him. Connor, there's nothing wrong with Connor Bradley being his number 2 and then playing cup games and coming on. Connor Bradley will play, in my opinion, between 30 and 40 games next season comfortably. Yeah. Might not be all full 90-minute games, but play comfortably 30 to 40 games. There's no sign of it so far that he wants to invert, because if he wanted to, he could have done it with Connor, because Connor can do it. So
did you see that? Did you see that run Connor did as well, where he dribbled through the entire midfield?
Yeah, and
the runs. Whoa!
And the runs he makes off the ball as well to free up Salah on that right hand side. I mean, he underlaps him and overlaps him.
He had that big chance against Arsenal. It wasn't Arsenal actually, against Betis.
Yeah,
where Salah put him through, nearly got a second assist.
Yeah.
The thing about it as well is Slot wants 4 wingers.
Hang on. He hasn't inverted them once in pre-season, Sleepy Forest.
No
He
one's
hasn't
been
inverted them once. He ain't. No one's inverted yet. They just go up and down.
Yeah.
They undercut and overlap, and he overlaps or underlaps Salah depending what way Salah's running to make room. But there's been no inverting.
And the overlaps have been good. I mean, even Tsimikas did some good overlaps, but he just didn't have any end product, which was so frigging annoying. Because he had loads of opportunities to put the ball in, and he overhit it. And maybe Robbo's going to be better doing that next season. But Slot wants 4 wingers because he burns his wingers out in games and he swaps his wingers in games. So he's going to want 2 right-sided players and he's going to want 2 left-sided players.
Do you think there's a world where we get Gordon and Diaz stays, or do you think
there's a world where we get Gordon and he plays backup for Salah? That's
I might have been watching. I don't know if I saw it. I mean, I did both watch along, so everyone needs to correct me here. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, and Sleep Forest right or wrong. He says, "Oh, you're wrong. When the right back goes, the left back inverts opposite." What do you mean inverts? Do you mean comes the third centre back? Because if you mean that, then cool. Yeah, but that's still not happening. All I've seen is Tsimikas and Conor Bradley down the wide areas of the pitch. Maybe he does it at Feyenoord, Sleepy Forest. Maybe you mean he did it at Feyenoord and he might continue doing it at Liverpool. But I haven't seen it. Let me know in the chat. I haven't seen it. Has anyone seen it?
No, I've not seen it.
Has he done it? I'm on about pre-season, not at Feyenoord, guys, by the way. Not at Feyenoord. I'm on about pre-season. I haven't seen. By the way, undercutting someone don't mean you're inverting. It's just the fullback deciding to go underlap or overlap, depending on the winger's movement. I haven't seen it.
That's not inverting.
Underlapping's not inverting, guys. It's just movement.
Inverting is bringing your right back into midfield, basically.
Yeah,
and that's not happened.
I barely seen it.
Yeah, I seen that as well, Scraps. That was he did like a marauder and run on the inside, but he didn't invert. That was a run. That was just a run. Like that's not literally inverting. That's just making a run forward.
Like, you can have 2 ways of inverting. The 2 ways of inverting is that you do what Trent and John Stones do, where they leave their fullback position or centre back position. They go into midfield and take up a central role to put an extra body there, or you become you invert into a centre back position and become a third centre back when another fullback's going. So if that's what you're talking about, that's fine. I don't mind that, but I've not seen anyone go into midfield. Like no one. I mean, just me. I haven't even got heat maps for them. I haven't got. Let me see if I can find heat maps.
He will in a minute.
It might just be my eyes that I just didn't realise it when I was watching them play that they were inverting.
No, we didn't invert. What we did do, which we did against Betis, and we didn't really do it against Arsenal, which was interesting, is when the team broke on us, we'd bring the left back further into the centre back position, so we're more compact. I mean, I did see that happen a few times, and what I also liked is the fact that when we lost the ball or when the other team had possession, we didn't have all of our team on the halfway line trying to win the ball.
No. So it's a weird one, right?
We were just like, okay, you've got the ball. We're going to drop back, and you've got to get past us.
Yeah. Well, I have to get another guest in who maybe explain this as well. It's his debut actually on the show, although I've known him for years. Big up my man, Drifty.
What's happening, fellas?
Big up, man. Big up. How you doing?
Not too bad, bro. Not too bad. I'm just about to have something to eat after a very long day, but I thought Jamie's birthday, got to jump in and say happy birthday to my brother. Has everyone made sure they've let you know it's a special day today as well? Yeah,
They have.
King's Day today, King's Day. But no, happy birthday, brother.
Hopefully, the wife makes sure later as well. While you're here drifting, let me get your, because I need to hear your thing on the Joe Gomez situation, because we all think it's a bit balmy that Liverpool are looking to sell Gomez. It don't make sense to us. What's your whole opinion on it?
I'm vexed if we let him go. That's my guy. I love Joe Gomez. I understand if he wants to go himself. You can't begrudge a man who's given everything to the club for 9 years and is still like a bit part player, so to speak. And a man of his talent, he deserves to go. I think outside of Arsenal and Man City, I think he starts for every other club in the league, personally.
Yeah.
I think Man United might be questionable, I guess, now they're looking to sort their defenders out. But
yeah,
I think he does. I think if he goes to a Chelsea, a Tottenham, a Villa, I think he starts for all those teams. So I just hate the fact that we're losing him. And if the club are forcing him to go, then yeah, I'm really annoyed at it. Really annoyed.
Well, I'm just seeing now actually that West Ham are very interested in him.
I heard, yeah.
Well, I'm sure
West
there's a winger that we'd like from.
Is there a certain player at West Ham that maybe if we do that deal we can get someone in?
Yep.
Like a Kudus maybe.
Albert's in the chat as well. He'd be like that guy off South Park if we got
Albert's been praying for Kudus for a while now. He's doing rain dances and everything.
Yeah, you do it, Albert. You do that rain dance for us, mate. Because I like this as well, mate.
Yeah, it's mad. Like did everyone read it yesterday? Apparently, that West Ham sporting director really likes Endo.
Oh, I saw that.
Did anyone read that
as well?
Yes,
I
as well.
Yeah, take him as well.
I like Endo. Don't get me wrong, but if I'm a sporting director, I might be.
West Ham are about to sign someone from Betis on the free, so
yeah. No, I mean it's just
what defender.
I don't.
They are missing quite a few defenders.
Right, I need to make a public apology while I'm here as well. I don't do this much.
They badly need a right back as well, by the way, West Ham.
They do.
They badly need a right back. They've lost them all. Sorry.
I ain't going to make a public apology. I don't make public apologies much because I don't really care about people. But I'm going to make a public apology. I might have been wrong about Mo Salah, right? And everyone knows if they watch the stream of Domino Drifting that. Yeah, I might have been wrong about Mo. Yeah, I don't know if it's the haircut. He's more aerial dynamic, or I don't know what it is.
Aerial dynamic.
I don't know what it is. He's bulked up. He looks even thicker than before. His legs are massive now. It's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what it is, James. He had a real holiday.
Yeah, he had time off.
He hasn't had one in a while.
Yeah, time off.
He had a real holiday.
He had a
6-week holiday where it wasn't it was thinking about other stuff, any distractions. He had 6 weeks with his family, his wife, his kids, just relaxing, doing nothing. And he looks energized. He looks completely re-energized because of it. So yeah, man. Look, we said you was being a bit crazy, Jamie, and at least you come round now. You know what I mean?
I get a bit when Jamie can admit when he's wrong. Don't worry about that. It's not much because I'm right a lot of the time. But this one I was wrong with. But with Mo, look, he looks. I think Slot said he came back the fittest out of all the players as well, and apparently he's been great with the youngsters as well, like picking them up and getting them talking to them about diet and health and what to do, and especially
if we move him central, then he's going to need to run even less, so he can be even more creative, closer to goal.
That burst of pace against, I know it's only pre-season, but that burst of pace against Arsenal the other day, I haven't seen that for a while. That where he just cut. That's what that's old Salah.
Like he wasn't there.
Old Salah, when he gets the ball from that right hand side and he cuts across through the middle. That's old Salah. That's what he always used to do. And I haven't seen that for a while now. I think what does help him though is that he's got a fullback that's overlapping him again. I think that helps massive. I think that helps massively. Drift, obviously you did the watch along for the Arsenal game. I've got to ask you, how did you feel about that game? The performance the Reds put in. What are the things you liked that you saw?
I like the fact that we're already together as a team, even though we've only been with the manager for a short space of time. It looks like he's already got them all on board. I like the fact that a lot of people seem to know what they're doing, even though they're being asked to do different types of things, which is very good to see. I like the fact that the possession isn't an obsession, but it is something that we seem to be a lot better at now. And I definitely like the fact that we're just like Matt put it best. What did Matt say again? Matt literally used the best words. He said, before we used to try and get up the pitch as quick as we could and as chaotic as we could. Whereas now we seem to be trying to get up the pitch the best way possible. So we can change the way we get up the pitch. The manager doesn't mind if there's a variation in the patterns of play, as long as they're always the best decision and the pass is the right pass, etc., etc. And I said to Matt, you know what? You've actually hit the nail perfectly on the head. And the way Klopp used to play and the way Slot plays, it's not about who's better or who's worse. We won everything under Klopp, so clearly his way works. But to a degree, even he would probably himself admit, I do rinse players out playing the way I play. Whereas the way Slot plays, I think it will be a little easier on the legs, which is why there's a part of me thinking we can look at people like Van Dijk, like Salah, who are getting on a bit, and us going to think, you know what? Maybe this will add a year or two to their career, changing the way we're playing and being a little bit less intense, and they don't have to do as much running and whatnot. It might add a year or two onto them. So maybe Van Dijk and Salah will be in the squad for a bit longer under Slot, whereas maybe under Klopp it would have been like, look, my body can't do this anymore, kind of thing. So yeah, I like it.
Well, if you look at the way City and Arsenal play, they barely get injuries because of their playing style. And what I did like about, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but what I liked about the way Slot's playing at the moment, we look a bit more defensively. Seems like we've got a bit of better structure defensively. Now, there's nothing wrong with Klopp's way of playing. As you said, we won everything under him playing that the way we played. But, you know, later on in his managerial career at Liverpool, especially the last 2 seasons, I think defensively we just got a little bit weaker every year. And because the way he plays is it's so energy zapping, I think their legs were just gone. They were all heavy for a season. The way Slot seems to play, guys, it just seems like it's a bit more compact, ain't it? It's a bit, sit back if we need to. We've got our banks there, a bit more compact. And I don't mind that Drift, to be fair. I don't mind taking a little rest and, you know, just defending it out for 5 or 10 minutes, then go again.
Yeah, I agree. And I think with the forwards that we have, I know me and you spoke about this, James, off camera, about Nunes, and I think the Slot system will benefit him more than what the Slot one did. And if you just think about some of the attackers we have in general, I think taking a break every now and again, and then, you know, having that moment, I think you'll get more numbers out of Gakpo that way. I think you'll get more numbers out of Mo that way. I think you'll definitely get more goals or at least assists from people like Curtis and McAllister and people like that in midfield, because there'll be a bit more thought process because it's slightly slower. So technically how this works is if you play a slightly slower style of play, you genuinely make better decisions because you don't have rushed moments. Because this is what made Bobby, Salah and Mane the goats of the front three in the league. The pace we played at and the fact that they always made the right decision is terrifyingly good. When we look back on it now in hindsight, and you think we're getting up the field in like 2.4 seconds, and these lot are still making the right pass, or the finishes is always there, and it's like they were just unbelievably good. Like I think even better than we even give them credit for. But now we're playing a little bit slower. Gravenberch should be able to, benefit from this. Jones should be able to benefit from this. I think McAllister can play at either pace, but look how good he is. So I think he'll even get it better. Gakpo, I think there's a lot of people in the team that could benefit, not because Slot is a better manager, just because his way of playing is easier for those types of players with that skill set. So yeah, I'm very, very interested.
That's so right what you said as well, because he's been trying to replicate that with other players. You can't do it because they were just that good that there was no players that could do that. Like they couldn't play with the chaos and the precision that they did. and we've tried to do it with others, and it's just not worked. So
Yeah.
now we've got a guy which is going to slow things down, and there's more possession based, and we are going to create better chances. And it's really interesting as well because I've actually done a show looking at the stats on the last 2 games. We have more touches in the box, and we have more shots inside the box now, because we didn't have enough shots inside the box last season. Like, considering we scored the amount of goals we did, we had snatch shots and we had shots that got blocked and went wide too many times, because it was so chaotic and the possession was so fast that we never got a chance to get into the area enough to have the clear-cut chances to score. And I think that's what we're going to do more now.
Yeah, I agree. I've just seen some news just breaking that Joe Gomez is now considering his future.
Yeah, I saw that. Liverpool won't force him out the club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I literally think now, guys, we're looking at either Sepp leaves or Joe leaves. One of them's staying, one of them's going.
I think both will go, Jay. I think they'll both go.
We need 2 centre backs if we do that, though.
Yeah, we do, but I think they'll both go. I think the profit from Sepp, if he goes for over 20, and then if Joe wants to go, and the fact we can get about 45 for him, I think both of those will go, and then we'll just buy 1 defender to replace 2. That's what I think we'll do.
Yeah, I just
if you have to give Joe Gomez as a make weight in either of these deals, which one would you do? Gomez to Newcastle to help you get Gordon, Gomez to West Ham to get Kudus, or Gomez to Palace to get Adam Wharton?
Out of the 3 of those, if I had to, it would be West Ham for Kudus. I don't want. I'm not even going to keep going on about him because it's almost going to become like I'm trying to bully.
I can already see your nightmare scenario. Anthony Gordon.
Is this Gordon or
holding
Morton?
up the number 14 shirt?
I was wondering when you were going to get that in, Ben.
You've killed Drifty now. You've killed. Well, you know what you've done now. You've ruined Drifty's appetite now. So he's pissed off. And
he's now going to go and eat some chocolate now.
Sorry,
one of those big Toblerones.
I mean, I'm gonna have to pour a brandy now as well. Jeez.
That's it. Do you think, Drifty? Do you actually think Anthony Gordon happens, though?
Yeah, and it scares the shit out of me.
I knew you'd say that.
I don't.
I think he's the only thing we do this summer. And I think I'm going to have to sit there and figure out how I back my team this season.
Do you know what? I cannot wait. I cannot wait for him to fall down easily for us to get a penalty against City to win the game.
Nah, do you know what? In the moment, I would like it. Afterwards, I'll be like, yeah, that was bad. Because he is, I'm not going to lie, he's a diving, rolling around. It's like he's doing a personal advert every game. Had to get the grass stains out. Like, I can't stand it. I'm not, like I said, it's going to almost come like I'm trying to bully the kids. So I'm not even going to go on about it anymore. But Anthony Gordon is not the one. He's not the one. Kudus, Wharton. The thing about Wharton is, as good as he is, I think with Versatility and Tyler, I don't really think it matters as much with him, and I think he's a very similar type. It's like if we'd have got Gray from Leeds, brilliant talent, but but that's just another one of the youngsters you've got to hope fulfills the potential and stuff like that. Whereas Kudus is 24 now. He's ready to just be that guy. Do you get what I mean?
He's 23. Is it 23, 24?
Oh, is he 23? Yeah, he's just ready to just be that guy now. So, and I don't think he's like Mane in terms of his overall skill set. He's not as good as Mane. But I'd feel like I had a little mini Mane back because he does have a similar unpredictability about him.
Yeah, he does.
Do you get what I mean? He's
West
good
Ham
with
are
both
spending
feet.
like they're going to lose a big player.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Like Fulcrook, Somerville.
You know what? I tell you what makes me think that possibly Joey would pick West Ham over Newcastle. Newcastle are a better team to go to at this stage of his career with where the clubs are at. But I think he might want to come home because people forget he's a London boy. And
South
I think West
London,
Ham might be a way for him to come back home again. So I think there's a big possibility that maybe that would be what would lure him to West Ham over Newcastle. So,
well, let Right. So Richard Hughes said optimistic. What's it? What's the word he used?
Optimistic.
Like optimistic transfers. Yeah. So.
Opportunistic.
Yeah, that's it. Opportunistic transfers, right? That's what he said, right? So there's nothing more than that. Then sort of like Mark Guehi goes to from Palace to Newcastle. Liverpool want Walton. Gomez goes to Crystal Palace as Guehi's replacement, and Walton comes to Liverpool as their DM as part of the transfer. Also, it's South London. I think that's where he's from, ain't it? South London, Joe Gomez.
Lewisham.
Yeah, Lewisham area, ain't he? So Chris, it's just up the road, isn't it?
Yeah, Southwest.
Yeah. So
for a good manager, by the way. He's going to
and Palace are doing some good stuff. I mean, he'd play every week alongside Anderson. I mean,
yeah, that would be a good partnership as well. Very good.
Yeah, and if I go for what Richard Hughes was saying, that sort of makes sense. You know, and obviously they tried. Look, the thing about Anthony Gordon, it looks like the club are desperate for him because they've tried Quansah and now they try Gomez. It's part of the deal. So, and apparently they said Quansah is pretty much you can't put a price on his head. Yeah, he's unsellable. You can't put a price on his head. What do you think about Quansah? What do you think about Quansah?
Invested stocks early.
Do you hear today? I read something today that he asked for aerial footage of Virgil van Dijk from last season.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
So he can study more footage.
A lot of people gave me heat when I said, I reckon there's no need to buy a centre back because Klopp knows Quansah's good enough. Let's just roll with it. I believe in him. And I got a lot of heat for it. And we're here a year later. And I told everyone to get their stocks in. You can't. There's not even any stocks available anymore. So if we didn't get them before, it's too late now.
He's bought them all up.
Yeah, it's too late now. The kid looks special. I don't want to put too much pressure on him.
You and Jerry James bought them all up, mate.
Jerry.
But no, the kid looks special. I'm very, very, very optimistic about the future with him and Bradley. I think all of our youngsters are really, really good. But for some reason, I think those two are destined to be Liverpool greats. Like I really do. I think Bradley and Quansah have just got something a little bit more about them than some of our others that like they might go on to have good careers somewhere else possibly. But I think at Liverpool, Bradley and Quansah could be like future stars and you know what I mean, Hall of Famer type players. They're both just so good, both of them.
Yeah, I look at Quansah and that part of it. He's got a bit of Matip about him where he brings the ball out. He's good at bringing the ball out and coming into midfield. He's big and powerful and he's quick as well. You know, and he's good on the ball. You know,
he just needs to fill out just a little bit more.
Yeah, and what is he? How old is he?
21.
21.
You forget how tall he is as well. Like every person he stands next to, he's a lump. He's
6'5".
over them.
Is he like 6'5"?
He's the same height as Virgil, I think. Are we looking at that Canate's got a serious issue with Quansah?
But it's a good issue. It's a good issue because it means you've got to work harder, and it also means we don't drop a level whoever plays, which is what you want.
He needs to play like himself to get himself a new contract because he's got 2 years left, and I think after this summer leaving Trent, Virgil, and Salah all with a year left, I don't think that's going to happen again. So Ibu needs to play himself for a new contract, or else he'll be gone.
Yeah, he has only got 2 years left, and we know with these guys now, by the sounds of it, they're not scared of letting people go because
if Ibu gets one more big injury, he's done.
I mean,
we'll get big money for him though if we sold him. We get big money.
Yeah, because he's well renowned, and everyone likes him. So, but who starts the season, guys? Virgil or Canate or Virgil and Quansah against Ipswich?
I'd still go Ibu. I would still go Ibu. I'd still go Ibu.
Be Quansah and Van Dijk.
Quansah and Van Dijk.
I'd go Virgil. I'd go Virgil Ibu as well.
Because Ibu's obviously later to pre-season.
He didn't play much during the tournament,
at least
in that regard, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's it's a great decisions to have because Quansah's a great little talent. I can't believe a year ago he was playing for Joey Barton. It's mad. No, that's just mad, and yeah, that don't make sense to me. He's obviously a super talent. As I say, same with Connor Bradley. Trent's got proper competition now.
It's no competition at left back because you've got one guy that's on the decline, and then you've got one guy who's not good enough.
Yeah, left back. What do we do with left back? Are we wait until next year to sort left back out? Do you think? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah.
We don't need to sort left back out, you know. I think we got Beck coming through. I think if Beck can do what Bradley did,
he's up for sale now, mate.
The word today is they're trying to sell Owen Beck.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're
Celtic are after him.
Fair enough. Well, we still got Chambers as well. I don't know.
No, Chambers is going to Wigan. He's gone loan to Wigan.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Next year, maybe they're sending them on loan with the view that
Chambers is the one. Like he's the one.
Yeah, I think with Owen Beck, they feel like he might be too small. I think that might be the issue. But yeah, considering they're looking to sell Beck and they're only loaning Chambers, tells you that the club might see Chambers ahead of Beck in that order.
Yeah.
But Kostas and Robbo, are you a bit concerned that being the left backs next season, or do you think it'll work out?
I think we'll be fine.
Kostas worries me a little bit. I mean, he got sold by Odegaard the other day, didn't he? It was a bit.
But he had a good game, though.
Yeah, and Robbo in this slot system, can it work? I'm just a bit. This is why I don't want to get rid of Joe Gomez, because he was the best left back in the country last season.
Yeah, it was, and the thing with the Robbo situation, I think Robbo will probably benefit again from it being more possession and not so like up and down. And I think people forget that Tsimikas, once he gets his form, because he's played a few games in a row, is really good. He's just not a good player at just coming in for the odd games, and that's why he can look a little bit dodgy when we see him like on a random. But whenever he comes into the team from an injury and he plays continuous games, he's always very good. His productivity is good. He's unpredictable because he can cross with his right foot and his left foot. He's decent at taking set pieces for like corners and in-swinging free kicks. Tsimikas is a very good player, you know. I think people just keep forgetting because he doesn't play very often. I like Tsimikas. I think he's a really good left back. So even if Robbo becomes the understudy and Tsimikas plays every week, I do think we're all right at left back at the moment.
Can you imagine if it changes and Tsimikas is the number one? That's interesting. I don't know if you heard this, Drift, but apparently Liverpool rejected a £6 million bid from RB Salzburg for Bobby Clark.
No, I like that they've done that because Bobby Clark's a future star. Maybe on loan though, they should let him go and get some football.
So Pep Linder's put in a cheeky small bid for Bobby Clark.
Why don't we just let him go on loan? He can become a man over there. That's a good move on loan.
Makes
Sell
sense.
him and then put a buyback clause on them.
Yeah, I mean, loaning him to Salzburg makes sense because it's a manager he knows.
Yeah,
he
Clark's
knows
a very good player. You know, I got high hopes for Clark. He's a very good player.
Yeah, and if he doesn't make it at Liverpool, loaning him is only going to put his value up anyway, so it benefits Liverpool as well. So selling him for that amount of money don't make no sense to me, none at all.
Yeah.
But
I really hated the signing of Gravenberch last season because that put Bobby Clark further down the pecking order, and when he played, he looked better than him. And I'm like, you just spent 36 million on a guy when you basically have Bobby Clark there.
Yeah, where does
crazy?
Look, Gravenberch is obviously going to play against Man United. I feel. I think he might even start. What do we think with Grav? Does he play in this double pivot? Does he play in a 10? What are we doing with Grav?
Boys, so it's dinner's ready, so I'm gonna
go and eat your dinner. See you later, Matt.
See you, man.
Matt, Luke, big up, bros. Jamie again, happy birthday, brother. And of course, we're gonna do this again soon anyway. I can't believe this is the first time I've been in the channel. It's mad. But yeah, we're gonna do this again. But yeah, happy birthday again, bro. And I'll catch you soon, man. Big up, boys.
See you later, man. See you later.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to have to love you and leave you as well because I've got to get up for work tomorrow. So
yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
Pleasure, everyone.
Man.
Sweet, man. See you later on.
Amazing beard game there, by the way, mate.
I know. Just that bit just needs a bit of a trim, but apart from that, we're good to go.
We need to see the top. We need to see the top lip, Luke. You know.
Oh yes, we do. Catch you one of the bits. See ya.
Yeah, what do we do? Like, I'm going to finish off in this Grav talk and we're get out of here. But what do we do? Like, because Gravenberch, look, McAllister, I know what's going to happen with him. He's just got to slot into this, no pun intended, and just do what McAllister does.
Yep.
We've seen Szoboszlai be pretty decent in the 2 pre-season games, being as a DM or attacking, or what he's not done so far is box to box, like his old position.
He's not done the wing either, which he's been trained
No,
for.
and so we've seen Endo do his thing disastrously. Seen Curtis Jones come in and look pretty decent. Harvey Elliott been in the 10. We've seen Trey Neone obviously come in and look fantastic. Gravenberch, I feel, needs a few good games in pre-season here, don't we?
Yeah, the crazy thing is, and it's mad as well, because like all we ever talked about was midfielders for like the last 5 years.
We've got shitloads.
Now we've got too many.
Yeah. This is the issue.
But the problem is we've gone and done the same thing that we did when we had too many left wingers. We've now got too many 8s and 10s.
Yeah.
Like, where do they all fit? Like, is Mac a 6? No, he's an 8. Okay, so let's count him out of the 6th position. Is Dom a 6? No. Is Dom an 8? Not really. Is he a 10? Yeah. Okay, move him into the 10 position. Is Elliott an 8? No. Is Elliott a 10? Yeah. Okay, move him into the 10 position. Is Gravenberch an 8? No. Is he a 6? Definitely not. Is he a 10? More than likely. So then you've got him as an 8 or a 10. And then you've got, who else? Endo, he's a 6. Okay. Who else? Have I missed anyone else out? Like main players?
Yeah, it's
Not
mad,
really.
ain't it?
Stefan Bajcetic, he's not really 6 or an 8 or anything. Yeah.
He's a hybrid, ain't he? He's like a hybrid.
So we have too many players in positions that we don't need that many players.
Yeah, you need to cut down the fat a little bit.
You need 2 10s, 2 10s, 2 8s, and 2 6s. That's what you need. Yeah.
So I looked at Arsenal yesterday, the other day when they played, right?
I did.
And obviously, Arsenal haven't got their full team here. They were missing. I mean, they played Partey and Thing together, but that Fabio Vieira is terrible. That's why they got that Marino from Salzburg, Real Sociedad. Sorry,
yeah, we're getting flogged. Vieira.
People at Real Sociedad didn't mind Moreno going because his passing is terrible. He's got
Isn't he like 28?
Yeah, he's passing.
And Benitez
really
signed
bad.
him for Newcastle.
Yeah, he's not the greatest midfielder. I look at the depth of Arsenal's midfield. I think if Liverpool go and get a DM, Liverpool go and get a quality DM, there's not much difference in depth between Liverpool and Arsenal's midfield for me. Yeah, they might. I think we got. They're free. Yeah, their three midfield starters might be better. I'm not going to argue that, but depth-wise, there might not be a lot in it. There might not be a lot in it.
So you've got so they're midfielders. You've got Rice, you've got Odegaard, and you've got Partey.
Yeah, that's their three.
Yeah, Jorginho.
Yeah,
that's a good 4. Yeah.
Yeah, it is really good. Everything underneath that, everything else is crap.
So we've got McAllister, Jones, Endo. These are proper midfielders, by the way. These are our midfielders. Because you can't really put Dom in there because Dom's not really a midfielder.
Well, let's put him there. Let's put him there. So he played midfield for Liverpool, ain't he? Yeah.
So then you've got four midfielders. Are they as good as their 4 midfielders? So I'd put Odegaard and Mac on the same level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Partey better than Endo?
Yeah. Partey's the second best DM in the league.
Is Rice better than Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Jorginho better than Szoboszlai?
No. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot in it. I don't think there's a lot in it. There's not a lot in it. And then Liverpool go and get that DM. Their depth ain't that bad. Yeah, they got El Neni. You know what I mean?
No, they got rid of him.
Yeah.
He had him for years.
I don't think there's a lot in it. Liverpool just need that DM. If Liverpool get that DM, it completely opens up Liverpool's midfield and the depth will show.
Please don't sign another 8. We just don't need one.
No, just go and get that 6 and we're good. You're good.
6 and you're good.
I mean, if you get a proper DM, I think Gravenberch will have a better career because he'll have
I
that.
missed out Gravenberch as well. Sorry.
Yeah, and then Gravenberch as well. So it's
So Gravenberch
Yeah.
is like what an Emil Smith Rowe for them. Like I know they just got rid of
Yeah.
him, but he would have been our backup.
It's
Yeah,
not.
It's a like for likeness, really.
It's not. There's not shitloads in it. You know what I'm saying?
Partey is really good though. Like
Yeah,
when
Thomas
he's
Partey's
in
a
the team-
second.
when he's in the team, they play well. Like
Yeah, I think he's the second best DM in the league. I think only Rodri's better than him personally.
yeah, he's a great
He's quality DM.
defensive midfielder.
Yeah, it's just as you say, we are stacked. We just need 1 or 2 players, and that's all we need. And hopefully we get them, man. Hopefully we get them. But look, we're going to leave it there. Great, guys. It's been great. I've had
Yeah,
a
you don't
great
want to leave it
time
too
with you
late,
lot.
mate, for your birthday present.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm probably going to fall asleep. To be fair, I am probably going to fall asleep. I am dying. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for everyone with super chat. Oh, I did have one last super chat. I forgot to read that. Let me read that super chat from Michael. He says, the only deal for Gomez should be Gomez plus cash for Kudus, not that blue side player. Blue side player? Oh, Gordon. Slot won't last with Trent in the team. Michael.
Whoa, that is controversial. We should have brought that one up earlier.
Yeah. Big up, everyone. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Big up everyone sent super chats. Sean, Gangan Deep, Doug with the memberships, Edward, Captain Sal, Red, Gaz, Oscar, and Michael. I appreciate the love. Thank you very much, guys. We're out of here.
Happy birthday as well, mate. If I haven't said it,
appreciate
anybody.
Thank you very much. I won't be doing the Liverpool Man United game tomorrow, unfortunately, guys. But I will be back. I will do a match review on Sunday. So look out for the match review Sunday. We'll talk about it then. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. We're out of here. Enjoy your weekend, whatever it is you're doing. Bye-bye for now.